Alrighty guys, welcome back to the TheCombustionGamer 2 YouTube channel and our career mode over here as we go racing in Total Immersion Racing, or TIR, as we go racing here at Silverstone. Let's go ahead and head to the race. Here we go. We got all of our new information, track info and whatnot. We got Silverstone is an open circuit, fast sweeping bends are mixed with a few slower corners to provide several overtaking spots. And we also got our lap records listed there below as well. So let's go ahead and we can do manual or automatic. We'll just do automatic for right now, and let's take a look. We can also do car setup. Let's see what kind of setup we have. We currently have the setup from last time. I'm going to keep those brakes as is. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Take a look at this suspension though. Yeah, I need to lower that tire pressure in the back. We're also going to lower the rear end as well. Try and get that rear end not to step out quite as much. Soften that a bit. We're going to leave that as is for the moment. I think that should be good. We'll see what that does. But anyways, let's... Yep, wrong one. Let's go qualify. Well, actually, no. We're just gonna race. Let's go racing here at Silverstone as we, Bobeski, try to become the GT champion in TIR. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we are in our Audi TTR, and let's see what we can do in the championship here in the GT series. We got ourselves 5 laps here that we got to race around Silverstone. It's going to make it for a fun race. As you can see, the other cars are already just leaving us behind here for the moment. Got to get up to speed, which takes us a little while. Our biggest thing is going to be not driving through the grass or the dirt. That would be helpful. Now technically you do have dirt that can fly. You also would have like some grass texture as well when you hit the grass. But I think, oh there we go, a little bit of smoke action. You can see that there. Also making our teammate mad. Ooh, somebody spun out already. That was the Panaz from the GTS group. Take a look here. How do we look? I forget which button we use to look behind us. I know there is one, but backspace, enter. There it is, enter. So we can look behind us. I knew it was one of those buttons. Alright, so that's going to be enter to look behind us, see what's going on. That's good. Is it? Yeah, okay. Good. Just making sure I remember my buttons. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Alright, car feels a little bit more stable after we did the switch up on the setup, which is very, very helpful as we try to go and chase these guys down, get more into a comfortable position in my seat, sitting a little bit too forward. There we go. Alrighty, so we got a Noble here that we're going to try and race. I think this is McDowell in the Noble, so driving a yellow car. Woo! Hitting the signs, getting into McDowell there a little bit. Obviously want to be nice to him, but yeah, he's in the yellow car, which, surprise, surprise, McDowell in a yellow car. That makes total sense, right? I think so. He might be in the qualf, but I think he's in this yellow car right here. So we're going to be racing him. So as I said, one thing about these Audis, they don't have that much speed, honestly. So the biggest thing is just working your hardest to try and drive cleanly. So hit the brakes here a little bit. Hit that turn. There we go, there we go. Yep, now we got that run. So it's just getting those corners nice and smooth and figuring out how to get that to work. Go. Into the BMW a little bit there. Oh, he's fighting back. I'm going to guess that that's Blackwood. And I have a hate relationship with Blackwood that stems back all the way to the original playing of this game. I and that guy do not get along. Yep, I think that's who's behind me. Is Blackwood. Oh, he might be in front of me here. I'm not sure. It's one of these guys. But yeah, I've always had a rivalry with that guy in this game. You can kind of see this, they got the shadow that goes on, kind of rendering in and out a bit there, so I'm not totally sure what that is. It took me a while to get this game just to run, but currently it seems to be running pretty good. And I'm just glad that it is running. It makes for some fun racing, nostalgia that I haven't been able to do in a while, so definitely like that. So, throwing it back to total immersion racing. If I remember correctly, I think I saw way back when Walmart had the demo that you could play on the games. I think I saw like the follow-up to this potentially, where you had damage on the cars, whereas this you don't have any damage whatsoever on these cars, which honestly is fine. Oop, and there we go. Race. We got the race engineer there actually talking to us for the first time. Haven't heard a word from him all race. Nice to know that he's still around. You can also see our second gauge right there. So we obviously have. Ooh, there we go. 156 flat. Awesome time there by us. Ooh, got a little bit loose there. But you can see we're currently sitting second in our class, and we're currently 13th overall, I believe, is what the yellow is showing us there. Woo! Yeah, you get loose in this game, and you gotta catch it. Ooh, you see BMW here getting loose. I'm not sure which guy this is. We'll see who it is here in a minute. Ooh, yeah. So the rear end will step out on you. So obviously we got this is Chug. We got Chug here in front of us. Chugnorious, Chugnorious. Everywhere victorious. Except for when I beat him. That's what we're looking for. And then we got the GTS class. Getting into him a little bit there. Love the beat up sounds. Music to my ears for sure. And obviously take a look back. Now what's interesting is that we have the white LED lights obviously on the car while everyone else is still running the yellow in this class. Kind of interesting, you have multiple classes, but you didn't quite have the different headlamp lights, headlight colors. I'll get the word out eventually. That would normally define a class. That's kind of an interesting thing, but still, we're doing pretty good here. We're in first, 12th overall in the race, as we have, I believe, a GTS car trapped behind us. So he might come ripping through the field here in a minute. And if he does, we're going to hear a beautiful sound that we will all know and love, and that is the sound of a Panaz V8 ripping past us, which also happens to be a Ford V8, if I remember correctly. But love those cars. Those things sound so good. And if I remember correctly, they drive decently in this game too. You got to kind of work on the weight ballast on the car, because it's a little bit too centered to the rear. So you're gonna have to relocate that, because the car spins out a little bit too easily. But once you get downforce and all that stuff taken care of, the car drives really decently. Alright, a little bit slower this lap, that's fine. We're still leading by 3 seconds over Chug. Don't mind doing that. Woo! But yeah, that suspension work that we did to this car has made it far more drivable, so nice to be able to have that taken care of. And you can lock up the brakes, get a little brake smoke, tire lockup going into the corners, which is really neat for this particular game. I forget exactly what year this game came out. And I'm not going to look now. Not going to look at the disc now because I'm racing, trying to win. I think we got the pro guys about to rip through us here as well. So obviously, something, if the race isn't going too well, you can always just let the pro guys come up and lap you by going slow. And obviously, they'll take a lap off the race and you'll be finished. Always a nice cheat of the game to be able to just get out of a race that was taking way too long and not going your way. There's something you can always do. I think we might have... I'm not sure what we have. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Yep, got one of the fast cars coming, so if we just let him by here. There we go. Lap by the leader. And we still win the race. But we saved ourselves from having to go around the track again. And that was obviously the very beautiful Bentley that just won the race in Pro. So take a look there. We did a 156 flat. The fastest lap behind us was Chug there in the 158, and yes, it was Blackwood in the second BMW. We really don't like that guy. So anyways, currently, with an extra point from the fastest lap, we are currently leading the standings by 5 points. Yeah, 5 points over the fields. That's sweet. Then, obviously, we can go back, take a look at the replay. I don't remember if we can fast forward. There's any buttons to fast forward through this or not. I know you can't switch camera angles. Yeah, there's not really a way to fast forward through any of this, which is fine. But yeah, nice shots either way, so that's pretty cool. Would be nice if you could fast forward, then we could get some good thumbnails instead of having to sit here. But still, it's a very fun game and still enjoy it. Despite the lack of features in the replay mode, but it had a replay mode. What's interesting is the inconsistencies with replay mode. There was... Yeah, you could race a race and everything would happen a specific way, and then you get into replay mode. Somehow you'd lose in replay mode. You'd lose the race in replay mode. That's how replay mode would work. So it's kind of interesting how that game decided to work it. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and exit out here. And we are going to continue on with our career. So there we go, 110%. Our guy is happy with us, and we got championship points. Next up is Monza. Love this track. Still love it in any game that I have it in. Just a very fun track to drive. Go ahead and head on out. I don't think we really need to do anything in the car setup. We should be good. So we're going to go ahead and head straight into the race here. Let's go racing at beautiful Monza. Love this track. It always seems like you get a very... Oh, what is the word I'm looking for? An unfair disadvantage when you start in the back there. The one thing that's interesting about this game is that a lot of other games, they went through the trouble of actually rendering in the oval portion of the track. But in this particular game, they just totally ignored that the oval track existed, which is fine. But it's just one of those interesting things that I like to notice in games. It's like obviously with like Monza, or not Monza, Monza and F1, you can see the oval track, and then you can also see the oval track in like Project Cars 2. And I don't remember if you can see it on Project Cars 3 or not, but still, just it's one of those fun things that I like to look at when I'm racing at this track. So we got the nice trees, also got the shadows from the trees, which makes racing through the corners a little bit interesting. So obviously this is a fast track, so I kind of expect to see the pro guys ending up coming right past us here. So we'll see how that works. So for this career mode series, I'm going to probably work on doing like 2 races. Ooh. Don't want to hit those walls. Those walls will kill you. You probably about 2 races a video, I'd say, depending on how they go. But that would be my expectation of what we're going to try and do. Because obviously I'm going to try and do all the way through to the top of the ranks, hopefully champion of the Pro Series. That's going to be my ultimate goal with this series, and hopefully you guys will come along and watch that. But yeah, I'm just excited to have this game back and in working order, because it's been too long. And obviously you can actually hit the pits. What do the pits do? Absolutely nothing in the race. They do absolutely nothing whatsoever in the race. New lap record there by us. Obviously not the fastest lap, but a new lap record. But yeah, it does nothing for you whatsoever. Got the quaff there, just sending it. Get out of my way, dude. Out of my way. There you go.
Excellent.
So I actually had the crew chief there yakking at me. That's kind of neat. But yeah, for like practice and stuff, I believe that they work on the car, like you get the race engineer working. And he will actually put some work in. So obviously shortcut right through here to get through the track. You want to hit that a little bit more speed if you really want to shortcut the track there. But if you want to race it a little bit on the cleaner side, obviously don't do that. But that is an option that you can do in this game, which, when you have a really bad reacting computer and keyboard, it works out much better than actually trying to get the car to turn, because you usually end up turning about 5 seconds too late, is some of my memories from the ancient annals of racing this game. Not a fun experience for sure. Currently BMW kind of destroying us, mostly on the speed shots. Right through there, nice little shortcut. Made it a little bit faster through that section, so that's nice to see. McDowell behind us there in the Noble still. He's the closest guy to us at the moment. Pro guys, they are making their way around this course real quick, so I do expect to kind of get lapped by them. But currently we're doing really, really good here in this series. So let me see. We're going to try and line this up. So looking back there, yeah, you can kind of see where they did a little bit of work, but basically they just covered up the oval track with all the trees and stuff, so not really there. Ooh, another 2 seconds off. That's another fast record, personal record for this track here. So here we go. So you can do the nice little cut through right there, and that will save you a whole lot of time, especially when you do it just right and the car is not turning because of that 5-second delay in turning that I mentioned earlier. So, and also what's cool about this track is you got the sun rays coming through the trees. Just a really cool bit of graphical design. They really do like that. So, okay, never mind. I hit the wall. I was going to try and take it cleanly. I was like, nope, okay, we're too late on that one. We'll skip going through cleanly. That's the thing with this game. I love it with F1. It's so much fun to be able to do that. And then it's also a lot of fun with Project Cars 2 and 3. But in this game, when the cars do not turn like these cars do, it's still a pain to try and get through those. So sometimes it's easier just to go straight on through full send. And usually you get a better result if you do that as well. Alright, in the brakes, coming into the turn. Worst part is last lap passes, and you are trying to take that turn a little bit faster, and you hit the dirt, and that just totally ruins the speed, and you end up losing the position that you had. So it's just one of the cool memories that you have, is just trying to send it too hard, and paying for it by not winning the race because you sent it too hard and couldn't handle it. So one thing you can do too, obviously just thinking back to not having the best of races and just trying to get the race over with, if you hit pit lane multiple times, that will help the pro guys catch up to you, so you could wean those laps down a little bit, and so you could go onto a track that you're decent at. But luckily, with a computer or laptop, it might actually work with this game. The physics are actually pretty decent and make it for a fun experience still. We do have the pro guys coming up to us. Now this is another thing that's interesting. So depending on how mad the pro guys are, you could actually get a pretty big benefit by them lapping your whole class, because when they came through, they could potentially wreck out the leaders, like actually not care that the leaders of your class were there, and so wreck them out in front of you, and you could actually catch up to the leaders and overtake at the end of the lap, because the pro guys coming through ended up helping you out that much. So we'll stay off to one side here, obviously, and let the pro guys on through. And there we go, just the classic, the race is now one lap shorter speech by our crew chief. Hit the turn, go into the dirt, not what we wanted to do, getting hit from behind. If you do it just right, you can actually get a draft, a bump draft off of these guys. But you have to time it just right, and you can actually use them to speed you up some here. Yeah, nope, missed him. These guys are good, they're good at avoiding you. And then obviously playing manipulation in the point standings as well when you're getting lapped, by keeping certain cars back as well. Always a fun pastime as well. So we're going to end up missing the fastest lap and only finish third. That's going to give the BMWs a lot of points, unfortunately. But still, love this track. A lot of fun. Just need more speed for it is ultimately what ends up being the problem. There we go. We still got a new lap record, even though we didn't have the fastest lap. It's kind of funny. Alright, so taking a look at the point standings, we still lead by 1 point over everybody else currently. You get Blackwood there who got the win here. We also got Chug who came in second. He's just about 3 points below us there. Taking a look at GTS, we got DeFries, we got Shred and Clock and Bird and Bonanza and Arnis. And that's how those point standings are currently sitting. And then we got Hussein and Bentley. He's currently leading the way. Currently, I think he's got 2 wins already. We got Pascal. I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. And the Audi, he's got sitting on 11th. Wow, he had a bad race at Silverstone, apparently, if he's only 11th. So Bentley's basically got this championship tightened up. Panaz is having a decent season there in third. Then Ty Gibbs in the Dome not having his best race for sure. So bummer for him, I guess. But yeah, that's where we sit currently in the standings is first. So very nice to be able to have that going on. Just let the replay play here for a bit as we exit out. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today as we work our way through career mode in Total Immersion Racing as we race to be the champion of the GTS, of the GT class, then the GTS class, and then ultimately be the champion of the overall series. But that's going to take us a little while to get to that point. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you guys here next time back in TIR, Total Immersion Racing. And if you guys can find a copy of this game that will work on your computer, hey, check it out. It's a fun game for sure. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys here next time. Bye-bye!